Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jen, and in today's video, I'm gonna be decorating my kitchen, my coffee bar area, and also my entryway table. So if that's something you're into, you wanna get a few ideas on how to decorate your own kitchen or coffee bar, please stick around and continue watching. So now you see me getting started on my entryway table. As always, I like to start by removing everything from the spring or summer, and I really loved that orchid earlier in the spring, but I'm very tired of that bright colors, and I really am into the fall now. So now you see me bringing in some candlesticks that I got a few years back at Target. These are like a black iron candlestick that clearly I had packed away and had gotten pretty dusty. Initially, I'm just going in with that amber glass base and also bringing out those brown taper candles that I picked up earlier in the season at HomeGoods. Initially, I'm trying these Hearth and Hand stems in the rusty orange color in this amber vase. My initial thought process was I kind of wanted to keep this entryway table to rusty oranges, browns, ambers, that type of color scheme. And then I had the idea, let me add a different color of fall foliage, because I actually think I went in with the more maroon toned ones and I wanted the more orange tone. So I'm actually swapping that out now with the new stems. Here you see me trying a variety of different things. I tried my fall is my favorite sign, a little orange pumpkin ceramic, and then also that ceramic pumpkin candle. I'm just trying to figure out the right arrangement. It just wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't feeling right when I was decorating. Like it felt like something was missing. So I went in with a half-baked harvest cookbook. And I'm trying to use that to kind of layer some items. And then I realized I definitely need the florals back because it was too sparse once I just had candlesticks and no florals. And here you see me keep moving things around because what was going through my mind was that everything was seeming to be the same height, like the candlesticks, the fall florals, because that vase was kind of a taller vase. I felt like I needed some differences of height. That's why you see me here where I start stacking things on that half-baked harvest book. Then you see me adding in this little picture, and it's just not feeling right anywhere I try it. I ultimately decide to just remove it from the entryway table. So now I got the idea, let me just change out the vase because I felt like that was what was wrong with the console table. I felt like I needed to have a shorter vase than that tall amber glass vase. And I felt like I needed a little bit more contrast too because it was just too much amber and brown. And so bringing in this black vase with a little bit of like a rusty brown on it added a little more contrast. And I felt like it was just what was needed to kind of balance out. So I had something a little bit shorter than the candlesticks. Then I got this great idea that it would actually look even better if I didn't just have the rust orange leaves in this vase. I wanted to add the more maroon colored ones as well. It would add a little more fullness and also a variety in color. And as always, I'm just going back in and just kind of mixing the two colors together and fluffing it all out. After standing back and taking a look, I realized that I needed to add one more element, and so I went ahead and added in that Half-Baked Harvest cookbook just to set the vase on, just to kind of give it like a little element to ground it and add another layer of texture. And I always like to add a candle into every area, and so you see me here playing with adding in that candle and just trying to move things around to incorporate it. After playing around with things though, I eventually decide that I really don't need a candle over here, because I already have the 3 taper candles and the pumpkin is just a better fit for this area. And then for finishing touches, I have the 2 little baskets at the bottom of the table. And so I decided to add in this rusty orange knitted throw blanket. I thought this would just add the right touch to kind of tie in with the color of the leaves and the pumpkin above. I started my kitchen decorating by adding some fall dish towels to the oven. I picked these up a couple years ago in the Target dollar spot. And then I moved on to this other side of my countertop where I just added this cute little fall sign. I don't like to do too terribly much with the kitchen counters, just because, as you can see, I don't have a ton of kitchen counter space, and I like to have room to bake and cook. So here I'm just adding a fall soap that I picked up and a little pumpkin. And this little sign, you can't see it very well, but it says fall is my favorite. And then my little pumpkin vanilla soap with a little velvet pumpkin. And that finishes out my kitchen. My coffee bar is one of my very favorite places to decorate for every single season. And so it's naturally one of the first places that I actually start my decorating for fall. First, I'm just going in and removing all of the spring and summer and basically year-round decor from the area so I can get an idea of where I'm going to decorate. Now I'm going in with my Hearth and Hand salt and pepper grinders that I picked up from Target last year. These are a beautiful copper color. And then I found those cute pumpkin mugs last year from Home Goods. They came in a set of 2 and they look very similar to some that I saw at Anthropologie in the past. Now you'll see me just putting in my entire fall mug collection. I'm adding in a couple little pumpkin baking dishes that I picked up at Aldi either a year or 2 ago. They're really cute, and I like to make either like a baked pasta or put a soup in them. Now you see me adding in a few more of my seasonal mugs. That was my owl mug that I got a few years back, I believe, from Target. And then that little bear holding a jack-o'-lantern that I picked up from TJ Maxx this year. And I like to add those wooden spoons that I got from Hobby Lobby. I kind of use them as stirrers for my coffee area each year. I love this picture from Hobby Lobby, but I just could not find the right place for it, and I really don't think that it kind of belonged at the coffee bar. So I ultimately, after trying a bunch of locations, I end up completely removing it from the area and just going with something else. I originally had the idea that I was going to leave my plant on the shelf. I really do love the plant there, and it gives a lot of life to the shelf in the spring and summer. But I felt like it was taking away from the fall decor, so I ultimately decided it had to go. After moving things around for a while, I kept thinking something was missing, and what I was realizing, especially after removing the plant, was I needed some type of foliage, whether it be real or fake. So I initially tried these yellow stems. I think I got these from Joann's last year. And after trying them, I just didn't think it was the right color for the coffee bar area. Whenever I decorate areas like the shelves, I feel like I have to try everything a few different places before I ultimately decide on the placement. And I don't like to pre-decorate for any of my videos. So you guys are going to see me move things around many, many times before I ultimately come to how I will leave it. So now you see me going in and deciding that the leaves are just not the right color. So I went in with some more brown leaves. I think these are from Target, which I will ultimately swap out with some other leaves eventually. Finally, you see me going in with my final stems. These, again, you'll see me decorating within other areas of the home. These are some of the Hearth and Hand ones from Target this year. I think they also had the same color last year as well. But I felt like that dark, moody color was a lot better than the yellow just for the coffee bar area. And here you just see me fluffing out the branches just to kind of give it the most realistic look and make it look really nice before I put my vase in the coffee bar area. And now I'm deciding that that coffee bar sign really doesn't belong on a shelf and that I really want it to be closer to the syrups and also my vase. And so I'm just moving a pumpkin and my new cute little mug out to that bottom shelf. I also decided to put the little maple leaf spoons into a smaller cup to where you can see them, because you couldn't really see them in the one with the bear. And again, I went back and looked at it and realized that I needed to fluff up my florals a little bit more just to make it look more realistic and a little bit more full. This is a look at the coffee bar before. And my final result of the coffee bar. thank you for watching today's video. I will be putting out more fall decorate with me content for still my living room, my dining room, and also a few outdoor areas in my laundry room. So if you enjoyed today's content, please consider subscribing to my channel, and until next time, see you guys later.